Welcome to Tarot Master Key. My name is Toby. I am your guide to unlocking your destiny. Alright, let's go over some cool things that I was thinking. Celebrities are incubi, succubi, sirens, wings, mirrors. I was watching this movie called Dry Bones. It is so creepy, but it's about a succubi taking its energy from a human, and the way they do it is just really perfect. And I'm like, hey, that's what celebrities do. They're filthy, ugly creatures that pretend that they're glamorous and they sleep with you to steal your energy. And I'm talking about every one of them, from Brendan to Beyonce to every band singer you could think of, Shawn Mendes, etc. Miley Cyrus, blah blah blah. Why am I babysitting you, twin soul? So also, why do I babysit my twin soul? Let's just pull out cards for some of these things. So for the first one is a celebrity. Let's use these cards. Celebrities, incubi, sirens, wings, and mirrors. Give me some information cards. Give me some info. Oh, also, let me just do the spell before we start, so that way we can get a really good reading. This is figure 12, the second pentacle of Saturn. This pentacle is of great value against adversities and of especial use in repressing the pride of spirits. Sator arepo tenet opera rotas, the most perfect existing form of a double acrostic. As far as the arrangement of the letters is concerned, it repeatedly mentioned in the records of medieval magic. Blah 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 blah. Anyways, so what it is we're going to put out 5 cards and then 5 cards down. So basically, what this is supposed to do is, let's see. What it's going to do is, when it says repress the pride, it's talking about, you know, when you get a tarot reading from somebody or you ask a question, you're expecting to slip them up. You're expecting them to get it wrong. And when they get it right, that's repressing the pride. So I'm going to repress your pride, and I'm going to show you the power of the tarot cards and how they affect your human world. But we're going to do 5. And it's not a very big table, so it's going to be kind of difficult, but we'll try our best. Alright, so what was the question? Celebrities, incubi, succubi, sirens, wings, and mirrors. So they said if you catch the succubi and looking at its reflection in the mirror, you can break it. And that's perfect. So 5 of pentacles. Pentacles do represent mirrors because it's kind of a sand energy. You make mirrors out of sand, it becomes a hard reflection. So it is kind of telling me this is the perfect opportunity to catch celebrities. So if you ever see a celebrity in your dreams, or if you're thinking about them, try to trap them in a mirror. Like, make them look, just think about it. Be like, look at your reflection and pull out a mirror in your mind. And if you see them just admire themselves, they get stuck in there, and that's your chance to break the mirror and their spell on you. And I did notice when I did that, my twin soul kept getting very angry and frustrated with me. But the hardest part to understand is, why do I feel bad for him? Like, I shouldn't feel bad for an incubi stealing my energy. It's like feeling bad for Edward Cullen, like from Twilight. Like, I feel like there's something there, like some manipulation tactic. So I guess that is MK Ultra to make them make you feel bad for them. Why am I babysitting you, twin soul? Let's see what this says. 6 of Pentacles, reverse. It looks almost as if he wants to escape. Like, he doesn't want to be a part of them. He doesn't want to be one of the people that have to be destroyed. He doesn't want to be a celebrity that gets destroyed. Unfortunately, I don't know what to tell you. Like, do I keep you alive, or do I let you break? I might have to let you break if you never admit it. I think the true test is for you to admit who you are and what you are to me. If your twin soul can't admit that, like if I ever met him, I know I'd be able to like tell him like, oh, you're my twin soul, I feel a lot for you. But if he can't admit it, and he's in a higher ground, so he's a celebrity, he has status. If anything, if you've ever seen a French movie of Marie Antoinette, she has to talk to her servants first. So if anything, he's a royal, a monarch, so he would be higher, upgraded from my status. I would be a peasant. So if he spoke to me, I would have to wait for him to speak to me. I couldn't speak to him directly. And that is true in the celebrity world. I can't just speak to any celebrity and expect them to respond. They have to speak to me first. That's how it works in the court. And that's what this is as well telling me, that there's a ranking system. And if anything, the test is him speaking to me. Like, I could yell out, you know, Brendan, Brendan, Brendan a million billion times, but he has a choice not to turn around. But if he came up to me and spoke to me, then it's his way of showing me that he lets me into his life. And that would be the ultimate test of survival, almost, is him approaching me to tell me the truth. Are you a twin soul or not? Do you have intentions, greater intentions than stealing from me? Do you have intentions to love me, or do you have intentions to only steal from me and make me miserable, and whatever else that you do? MK Ultra twin soul action. But let's keep going. People are looking for divine masculine and divine feminine. LOL losers. So let's just flip the card over and see what they say about that. Six of Wands. How interesting that those are sixes. It's almost as if it's saying celebrities and humans are doing the same thing. So they're looking for their partners, they're looking for their soulmates, they're looking for the person to complement them. But it doesn't have love. It only has this sexual bond, like, I need you, a coping mechanisms almost. I shall prevent it, lies, deceit, and coping bonds, creating bonds without contact. Vampires. So basically you're creating this bond with somebody's spirit, and it's so far away, but there's no connection, there's no contact, no physical contact. It's very little, or it's just ritual, it's just magic work, spell working, and that's not what you're supposed to use magic for. If anything, that's just, and you're humans, you're not supposed to use magic. I don't know why you guys keep doing that, but it's so interesting. And when I say magic, a good thing to know is that in the Bible, a lot of prophets are wizards and magicians and spirit masters, and they have that purpose in the world, and the humans do not. The humans do not even perform magic whatsoever, and when they do, they usually end up getting cursed, or the cities get destroyed. Bad things happen to them, and their lives become difficult. They become schizophrenic or possessed by demons easily. But for a wizard in this day and age, it's kind of difficult, because there's no, you can't use your, everybody can live without having to resort to you, because magic is in your cell phone, magic is in your job now, magic is everywhere, in your car, etc. So you don't need the help of a wizard or God for any other purpose besides asking for things like, oh, I want this, I want that, but at the end of the day, you don't even need to ask him, because you can just get it yourself, you know. But whatever, this bond that they're creating, they're looking for this divine masculine, divine feminine. They're creating this bond, like this soul tethering, and this ties in with that MK Ultra and incubus energy. It's like you're using your spirit wrong. You're supposed to cultivate your spirit in this realm, and when one is doing it and the other is not, it creates this interference, and they need to come together to be able to fix it. But they're not, because now you have a cell phone, you could talk to a whole bunch of other people instead of your twin soul. You can go through all these other issues in your life without having them in there, but you still feel them. There's this bond that's still there, but it's definitely, there's something going on with that, and I want to investigate into that. And I'm not probably going to get the answers right away, but I know that they will evolve over time. The collective is running from judgment as well. Like, okay, so they're creating these soul bonds, and they're trying to run away from judgment. So they're trying to run away from this ultimate punishment. So they're using this magic, and I must repeat, when you use magic and you're a human, you're basically damning yourself, you're cursing yourself, you're hurting yourself, you're going to be you're basically casting a death spell on yourself. Like, let's say you cast a love spell, that spell's never going to work. Let's say you cast a death spell or a curse, that curse is going to end up inflicting you and destroying you. There's not very many witches out there, and the ones that are very intelligent, where they know how to keep things private, low, and it's not even that's like the main concept, but they have a little bit more respect. And a lot of new agers and people that have been coming onto YouTube, I've noticed, they claim to know everything about magic. They study it from books, but it's more than that. There has to be some kind of trait of knowledge from your witch inheritance. And I don't really for me, as a witch king, I do know that I have the ability to say who is a witch and who isn't. Unfortunately, that goes hand in hand with how people believe nowadays. oh, there's nobody that can be the boss of me. Well, guess what? Here I am. I'm your boss. I'm going to show you how powerful I am. That's what this ritual and this reading is for, to show you who's in charge. But yes, this will be me as the master. So you're seeing my examples, and I have to destroy you for it because you're copying me. 7 of Swords. Let's see what that was. Perspective of encouragement and critique. The difference between success and failure. My advice versus others' advice. So that's perfect. When I give advice, I do know that people blossom. But then when I take advice from other people, it's a failure. Or when other people give each other advice, it's failure. I never see them accomplish anything. It's always been something I noticed as a child. I would give advice to somebody, and next thing you know, they're doing great. And then I see people giving each other advice, and they do horrible. But then they copy my advice, and they do great. Or people have given me advice, and it just never works. I feel like their mentality is inferior when it comes to knowing the answers. And when I say answers, it's not like, oh, it's the perfect 100% like master. Like it is the master key. Don't get me wrong, but it's not simple. It's always gonna be something you have to work for, and there will be ways for me to explain it. I just need to learn how to talk again. I feel like I lost my voice almost, where I've been very quiet, very secluded, and I don't want to help you guys. If anything, I want to destroy you. So it's kind of hard for me to like speak so much about it. But basically, I know when I give advice or the answers to something, it's always right. But then when somebody else does it, it's always wrong. It's like always missing that important piece. Like when you tell somebody, when you root somebody on, like, yes, go, you can do it, they get motivated and stronger for it. But somebody else does it, they're using a different intention, maybe like a lustful intention or some kind of weird mastery intention where they try to conquer you, and it ruins the whole purpose of what it's trying to teach. You'll understand eventually. Another thing, my power is inferior. Let's see how that works out in the reading. Let's shuffle one more time. But my power is inferior. My power is inferior. My power is inferior. I hate people who say manifestation things. I hate people who say never. I hate people who say, oh, don't say that or it's going to come true, or stupid stuff like that. It's like, get over yourself. Now you're becoming superstitious and stuck on your own brain. 3 of Wands. All right, so this is definitely a mastery, but also a combination and a chaining. Almost what do you call that when you conquer somebody but you put your hands around them, like you force them, you submit them to your will. You create this control, but my power is inferior. So almost I'm seeing that I'm stuck with you humans. I'm stuck with your inferior intellect. I'm stuck with your emotions, your trauma, your past trauma, your everything that you've been through, your past lives, your karmic. Like, it's the industry. It's so dumb. It's like you guys are just repeating yourselves. You're repeating everything, and then you're forcing other people to repeat their own like stories over and over again. It's like, no, don't repeat the stories. Conquer the stories. Find the answers. Find the words. Find the weapons. Find the way out. And when I say find the weapons, there are times when you have to fight. You can't always expect everything to just happen naturally, for everyone to learn their lesson, everyone to be loved and have a happy ending. No, at the end of the world, if there's let's say there's four nations, only one nation's gonna make it out alive, and not even that full nation. Maybe only half of it is worthy of surviving the apocalypse and even going into heaven. So don't expect you to be one of those people. I might be talking to 1 billion people out there right now that are never going to make it into heaven. And I really want that. I don't want anybody in India to go to heaven. I don't want anyone in Africa to go to heaven. I don't care what nation you're from. I don't care if you're American or Mexican. I don't care who you are. I want you all to go to hell. Just letting you know. Just giving you the heads up. But that's why I say my power is inferior. My words are inferior. My intellect is inferior to you. I have no power over you. So it seems. Dates of disaster, locations, and LA. So I wanted to do some dates and disasters. So let's see if there's any dates of disaster that we can look up right now. This is going to be a month and the time and day. So I don't want to say April. I want to say maybe in 4 let's just say 4 days. Let's make it creepy. In 4 days, there's going to be a sort of earthquake. I see one in India. I see one in Japan. I see one in Africa. And I see one in Australia. And I see a lot of water flooding these places, almost like a mudslide or like a cave-in. I see a disaster coming in 4 days. And it'll be sometime around the evening when you least expect that there's going to be a flash flood and an earthquake. There we go. We got that one out of the way. But I want to do one for LA. Let's do one for LA. Three of Pentacles. So in 3 days, I see some sort of thunderstorm or like a fire. Something that involves a lot of freeways crashing down. And a lot of people being hurt. But also a lot of people watching too. So it's going to be something that's going to be on the news and talked about very much. So let's just see if that happens. Let's see what happens. I do see an earthquake, but it's definitely connected to this. So almost like there's going to be some kind of tunnel connecting these earthquakes, as if it's like a demon's portal almost, where they're going to come out of the ground and wreak havoc upon humanity. That's my grandmother's phone. Just ignore that. Let's see what else we have. Oh, okay. Everyone thinks I'm stupid, admired by God. So the other day I was like, oh, I'm admired, but they're like, what does that even mean, you're admired? Well, God admires me. I do know that when I speak to God, he admires me very much. So people think I'm stupid. 6 of Hearts, and then it goes into the wands. I mean, the hearts into the wands. But basically it is saying that God does love me. But I also like to say, if I'm God, you're not God. So there can only be one God. And a lot of people say, oh, there's a God inside you. You are God. You have God inside you. That's not true. Stop saying that. That's ridiculous. You're not. Just letting you know. And I will go into that more eventually. But right now, what I'm saying is, I'm better than you. I'm God. You're not God. Let's just keep it straight, okay? Let's just keep it simple. And I feel like that's what this is. It's very simple. It's straightforward. Everybody has to know their place where they're sitting. I really want to throw that phone outside. Hold on. There goes 5 minutes of my life. Alright. I really hate when that happens. I'm a hateful person. I'm just letting you know. Alright, so the cards are like... Usually when they're resistant, it's because the collective... I hate the collective. This is what the collective is. I'm going to tell you guys right now what the collective is. If you know what the mark of the beast is, it's when you can't buy, sell, or trade without this mark. The collective... You're part of that. That means you've already been chipped. You're all thinking the same thing. You're all feeling the same thing. You're all going through the same thing. You've been marked. It's been going on for thousands of years. Like, it's been like that since Jesus died. You guys have all been stuck in this collective mindset, like this hive mind. And for what? Like, it's just so dumb to me. It's like, can you guys break free out of it? Can you be normal? That's when I knew growing up. I was like, I'm not like you guys. I don't think like you do. I don't think like, oh, I have to be a worker bee. No, I'm not going to be a worker bee. You are going to be my worker bee. So like I said, F the collective. Knight of Cups. So let's see what that was going to go into my next question. But where are my rewards? And then I put clubs as disco. So if we get another clubs, we're going to get this disco energy. So for the clubs, I wanted to also mention, like, that could be kind of like a party. It could be like a disco club. Like, I never really, I think I have put 2 and 2 together, but I think I want to do that a little more. Like, having a little more fun with that. But since I see him looking this way, and what did I ask? But where are my rewards? I feel like where's my laurels? Where's my I need more words for this, but where are my awards? Where are my praises? Where's everything that I desire? Where's all this? I need a word for that. I need a word for that. My trophies, my money. Where's my money? Where's my wealth? Where's my treasures? Give me my land. Where's my land? You know, give me everything that I want and I desire. And this kind of goes into those club energy. And when I say club energy, it's like everybody's out having fun, everybody's out partying, having a sinful life, You know, they can't think about anything but sex. They can't think about anything but like reproducing and mating and finding love. It's so disgusting. It's like, can you guys have higher aspirations and look towards a better future without having to think so disgustingly? Can you guys just free yourselves from it? No, you can't. You will never be able to escape the mark of the beast. It's already on you. You guys are just, it's always just upgrading itself, just like a cell phone. But yeah, this is me like, all right, if that's, you know what they say, if you want something done, you have to do it yourself. And that's, I guess that's what I'm doing. I do know that when it comes to speaking for the Gemini, and I don't want to say false prophets, but I do want to say the beast of the earth, he speaks and he brings down miracles and he performs for the Antichrist. But remember, they're the same thing, and they're both Jesus. They're the Messiah. They're all just different ways of calling God Babylon, or calling him the devil, etc. But they're all the same thing. And it's kind of showing like, when you speak, you change the world. You create a new motion, new ideas, a new wave. And I know that the way I speak, it will create waves. It will create not ripples. It will create floods and chaos on the earth, and that's exactly what I want. All right, so let's see what the next question is, or the next thingy. You believe you're superior to me and my beliefs. You believe you are superior to my ideas and beliefs. We'll just cut it in half and then start from that. Alright, Page of Swords. So this is me looking young and happy and juvenile. You see me as someone that's young and immature, almost naive, immature, ignorant, repulsive, just somebody that's pungent, very yucky and gross. Someone that doesn't look like they have any idea what they're saying. But if you notice, he's upright. So the spirit realm is telling me like they have more confidence in me than humans do. The spirits have more confidence than the living. And I feel like as a warrior or as a destroyer, I have to prove my strengths. And I do notice that when you speak things into existence, they do come true. But I feel like it has to be done this way. It just has to be done whether I like it or not. I have to speak it out. I know I can do it alone. I know I can do it quietly. But it's as if maybe it's my test. Maybe it's my test of for myself, to prove to myself how powerful I am, because I've known there's days where I've called storms. I've known there's days where I've done a lot of like dangerous things, and I know I have this power in me, but there's times when it's as if I need to speak it. It's as if I need to let the world know, like that way they don't get away with thinking, oh, we didn't know it was you that was doing all this. We didn't know you were the Antichrist. We didn't know you were the devil. We didn't know you were the Messiah. We didn't know you were Babylon the Great. We didn't know any of these things. Well, this is your chance to know that's who I am, and that's what I am here for, and that's what I'm going to do. I am the temple of God. I am God. I am the ruler of this earth. And no, I don't say this in a way to like encourage you or to make you feel better. I do it in a way to make sure that you know that I'm here to reap and harvest your souls. But let's go on to the next one. All right. Bored with existence. let's do that one. Two of Swords. I feel like there needs to be more with that one. Primitive tarot for primitive minds. I want to do tarot readings that are for like primitive people too, like you're basic, you're simple-minded, and this kind of goes with that. It's just saying like, look how much you need to explain yourself just to have like some kind of connection, because you know that like I do speak primitive at times. Like right now, I feel like I am speaking very primitive, but it's like I have to speak on your level. If I try to speak on my level, you just wouldn't understand me, because you wouldn't you don't go through the same things. You're not the same kind of human. But whatever on that. We'll work on that one. Lick the dust from the floor tarot. So that's what this is. The one that I did before this one. God, Adam, the devil, Eve, Lilith are all the same. Watch humanity mock me. Watch humanity mock me. Alright, so Ace of Swords reversed. This is definitely mocking energy. It's when people are just like... But right now I feel like they're holding their tongue as if they're like, you're right. Like they don't doubt me anymore. How strange is that? They don't doubt me. But one day I want to be able to say that like on TV, or like, you know, something like Hitler would, or like just in front of a crowd or an army, and be able to empower them and be like, hey, yeah, I'm your master, what's up, you know? Let's see. Dreamscape work. Ridiculous copycats. Won't admit in my higher power. So usually I do notice, though people will mock me, they'll be like, oh, you're such a liar, you're such a fake, da 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 da, and then they copy me. Everything I do, they'll be like, oh, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do this, and then they do it. Like, they copy what I do, and it's like, oh, you guys are such copycats. Like, you critique me, hypocritical, and then you go and copy me. Like, I don't understand it. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, this is definitely copycat energy, because it's this mirror reflection. You're seeing somebody else, so they're looking at me and they're like, oh, we want to be just like you, but we don't want to admit it. We don't want to admit that you're God. We don't want to admit that you're the master, the demon lord. Alright, so let's keep going. What does it feel like to be a slave? I mean homeless. What would the demons do to destroy you? So let's do what does it feel like to be a slave or be homeless? Alright, so King of Swords, this is perfect. It's basically saying, like, look at you, you're homeless, you're a slave, you're that person that would know, that I would know what it feels like, because I am that person. So I guess I would be the best judgment and character when it comes to who deserves to make it out of this, or where your place belongs. So, like, let's say when I rule the earth, where am I going to put you? Am I going to destroy you? Am I going to use you as a slave? Or am I going to make you into a worker bee? Or do I give you some kind of position of power? I'm going to be in charge. I'm going to have the answers for that. Let's see. What the demons will do to destroy you. So let's see what the demons are going to do to destroy you guys. Alright, so we have Page of Wands in reverse. And it's a 10. So, if anything, it's kind of giving me this chilly, like, heartless feeling, almost like it's, like, draining your energy, draining your life, draining your enthusiasm for life. So, let's just say, around the month of October, you're gonna start feeling cold, chilly, like you have no life, that you have no purpose in this world. You won't have, any aspirations or ambitions, and you will feel empty, cold, heartless. Exactly, yeah. So, that's great news. Let's talk about drug dealers using Vice and MTV to promote designer drugs, celebrities included, Bad Bunny, etc., Adult Swim, Rick and Morty. Alright, so basically, I think you got the gist of that one, but it's basically drug dealers trying to make people scared to not say anything. They use Vice and MTV to promote drugs. You know that there's like this pink drug or whatever that everybody does, and then they go and show Rick and Morty, and then you see somebody on the MTV Awards and he's wearing like a green and pink outfit, and it's just like everything matches, and it just shows like Bad Bunny's a drug dealer or whatever that they promote. They're like idols and celebrities that allow the drugs to continue. And I do notice it because I have friends that like admire Bad Bunny, and I don't want to say they're drug addicts, but you know, they're pretty effed up in the head, and it's like, all right, you know, you can see the MK Ultra effects on civilians. So let's just pull that one out. Five of Wands. That looks like it could be inspiration or fire for the next question. Let's see. You pretend I don't exist. Let's talk about the Hispanic dynamic immigrants. Go back to Mexico. What really grinds my gears? Speech, reverb, the sound wave, dome effect. So basically, let's see. This can tie into something about like immigrations, or different like nationalities in the country. Definitely this horse is telling you to take what you have now and go back while you still have the chance. I feel like this is the moment for you to escape the dangers and the problems of World War III, of the Mark of the Beast. This is your chance. This is the moment. Like, you finally have money, you have a car, you have a family, you have everything you need. Go back to where you came from before it gets worse, because America's going to become a prison. It's going to become a kingdom a kingdom not for humans. It's going to become something very crazy and scary. I do know in the Bible that they create this giant city, a new Jerusalem, a new heaven on earth. And outside the walls are tons of evil creatures. And I want to recreate that, but I want to do that with America. So maybe I'll make like this really nice castle, and I'll just fill America with tons of monsters that devour humans. All kinds of creatures, weapons, and soldiers, and different things that will go and destroy humanity. what does that tie in to do with drugs? Go back to Mexico and do drugs over there, or go back to Brazil and do drugs over there. How about that? I don't know. But it's basically saying like that's who you guys are. You're all drug dealers. You're normal people. You're still drug dealers. You're still somebody that's connected into the drug mafia. You're still part of that world. Go live in it. Don't bring it here in America. We don't need that. And I'm gonna make sure that I become more vocal about it, because I'm not afraid of stuff like that. I do wish one day that somebody would come and just, try to hurt me or harm me. It would make my job a lot easier. What really grinds my gears? That stuff grinds my gears. But I feel like that's a good maybe that'll be a good title for this. What grinds my gears? And then the speech reverb and the sound wave dome of fear. So it looks to me as if it's saying that I'm right and that I have a really great idea for you guys to go back to wherever you came from. It's not hate speech or anything like mean like that. It's more like, it's just a warning. It's just what the cards are saying. If you don't like it, get over it. Not everything's covered in daisies and happy go lucky. Like, maybe you should hear things that are abnormal. Maybe you should hear things that are scary. Maybe you should fight back. I don't care. Give it to me. Bring it on. But the Three of Hearts in reverse for the speech reverb and the sound effect is, when you speak something into existence, it echoes and it creates a loud noise, and it becomes bigger and bigger and greater and grander. And because of this, it's going to give me the opportunity to let you speak, whether it be in your mind or in reality, because it's going to keep coming up. These themes are going to keep coming up. And you're going to keep noticing it, and you're going to keep acknowledging its existence. And you're going to be like, wow, he was right. That spell did work. And it's going to affect you. But very negatively. It has no purpose for kindness. It's very chaotic energy. So, expect some hate. Expect some disloyalty. Don't expect the love from me. This is your chance to escape, basically, is what the cards are telling me. Before the world ends. When the world ends, it doesn't necessarily mean that it ends. It just means that your world is going to end. Your security is going to end. And things are going to become more dangerous. So I do see Bill Gates submitting power unto me, saying like, oh, Toby, you're right. You're my master. You're my lord. I will give you everything you desire. And I'm going to be like, yep, thank you, sir. Let's start making robots. Let's go and destroy humanity. Let's get away with it. I can do that. But let's see what happens. Let's see what effects come out of this reading, and have a great day. Enjoy the chaos, enjoy the destruction, and perish.